Deluxe AudioStrap Round 3. My name is Tribal Instincts, and today I'm back once again talking about the Deluxe AudioStrap. This time specifically, the foam padding on the strap that likes to rub off all over your head. So good news and bad news. The good news is that it doesn't seem to be affecting everybody. Somebody put up a straw poll on Reddit, and it looks like only about 33% of users have run into this so far. Bad news is that my hope that this was restricted to just like maybe the pre-release version, I was hoping that it was, it turns out it's not the case. I have a consumer version, everybody has a consumer version, and it's happening across the board. So today, my goal was to try to create some sort of replacement strap. And whenever I was taking off this one, I just noticed like the amount of stuff that was coming off of it. I was wondering how, like, if I was able to like rub it off entirely. So I took this into my bathroom, started running it under some warm water, and just started rubbing into it. And it turns out that it looks like it is only the top layer. So if I haven't done anything on this side over here, so this is still dry. This is actually, this never actually had any of the sweat on it yesterday. But if I rub my finger on this, gosh, that is so gross. It didn't really come through on there. I don't know if it's showing up, but like this is just, it's rubbing right off without much pressure at all, okay? Just to be clear, I'm just gonna rub my hand lightly on this side. I'm not putting any pressure on this, guys, none whatsoever. And you see it, it's just rubbing off. On this side, however, after I've run it under warm water and just like really put some pressure on this thing, it's no longer coming off anymore. So I am now about to go through and I am about to scrub this thing clean. It appears that there is some coating on top of this that either maybe the adhesive didn't fully set. I don't know. I have no idea what could be causing this. However, it looks like about 33% of the people that bought it, they're having this issue. So I'm going to see if I can clean this thing and get it to where this is workable. Because completely honestly, there is no way that I would be putting this on my head or the head of somebody that's demoing it, right? As it is right now, this is gross. So it was either me trying to fix this or I would try to get some sort of like homegrown replacement padding in there, because honestly, this wouldn't be too hard to replace. This is just one little thin strip of foam with some Velcro on the back. So really, you could put pretty much anything on there. All right, but for now, I'm gonna go try cleaning this with just hot water and we'll see what happens. This is really gross. Nothing. All right, so far, this is actually, yep, this is working. This is the stuff that was rubbing off on the back of my brother's, and I'm assuming my head before, and I just didn't notice it. That is disgusting. All right, so it's done. I've let it dry off, and this seems to get past the worst of it. So now, if I do the exact same thing, and this time now I'm rubbing with a lot of force. Before I wasn't doing it at all, and there is nothing on my finger whatsoever. Nothing's coming off. Now, the texture is very different now. Before, it was a very, very soft, like kind of velvety type feel to the top of this thing. Now, though, it's kind of grippy. It almost feels sticky, but it's not. Now it just feels like just a rubber almost that is kind of gripping to my hand. So I'm not sure how I'm going to like this once I have hair behind it, but I'll test that out now. All right, so the strap is back on now, and the moment of truth. Okay, so I like the way that it felt before, better, but it is not a complete deal breaker. If you already have one of these, I would say it is not the end of the world, that you can clean this thing, that you can get all that junk off, and you can have a usable foam pad until they decide to fix this by hopefully sending out some replacement paddings. Because honestly, I do like the way that it felt a lot more before, but again, it's not a deal breaker now. It doesn't pull on my hair too much. It's not a problem. I don't think that as long as you get it cleaned off, I don't think that if you have this issue right now, that it is enough for you to return it. For me personally, I would keep it as is. Even if they don't do a replacement padding, it's not enough for me to really worry about. If you don't have one already, then my advice yesterday still pretty much stands. The fact that that stuff was like peeling off is gross, and I fully expect HTC to fix this. My guess is that there's some quality concern with the adhesive that they're using for whatever covering was on that to make it have that really nice velvety, slick feeling to it. And lastly, before I close out, guys, I need y'all's advice. Yesterday, as soon as I saw this, within 10 minutes, I had my camera out and I was recording it because a week ago, I had recommended this headset saying that it was good and I liked it. And then suddenly on the day that the things go on sale, I find a huge issue, and I didn't realize at that time that it might have been mitigated fairly easy. I figured that the entire strap was deteriorating. I didn't make any assumptions based off of what it was that was coming out. So I quickly made out a video and I pushed it out there, and that has gotten quite a bit of, well, it put up quite a bit of a fuss. And now here I am a day later, and I'm updating that review again, and I'm worried that I jumped the gun yesterday. However, I really need y'all's opinion. Do you want information like that, or would you like me to hold off on it? Because yesterday I had no extra time to go into the in-depth, like look into this and try to fix it. It was either I give you that information as it was, or I waited a day and looked into it more. And I felt like I needed to get that information out there to prevent people from buying decisions without the full details. So what is y'all's thoughts? Did I jump the gun yesterday in putting that out there? Is the news that it is fixed? No, is the news that it can be made better or less worse? Is that something that I should have taken the time to put out in a video today about the entire situation? Or would you like the incremental updates as I'm doing right now? Ultimately, I was able to bring an issue to light to HTC, so I think that I've done the right thing. I'm very interested in your guys' opinion on that matter. I will let you guys know whenever I know something from HTC. So follow me over on Twitter. That's probably where you'll get the information first. Or I'll probably update this in a comment in the description.